Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I'm gonna tell you all the things that I wish someone had told me when I was younger. Today we're gonna cover what is an asset and different types of assets. And the reason this is important is because you need assets to survive, and you can really increase your net worth with assets. Actually, it's the only way to increase your net worth. We've been trained to save in cash, to save in dollars or euros, and really all it is just a paper currency that allows you to buy other assets. Um, but if with the inflationary currency that we have, you're actually losing with cash. So I'm just going to cover the different types of assets and exactly what an asset is. The definition of an asset is a resource that you control that has economic value. So first asset is cash, and this is the one we all know. This is the one that we've been trained to think is the end all be all. You know, the almighty dollar. Cash, its pros and cons. First, its pros. It's very liquid. Everyone accepts cash. You can take U.S. dollars to any country on earth, and they will accept them for the most part. There might be a few people here and there. There might be laws where people aren't can't legally own dollars, um, but yeah, it's very liquid. The cons, uh, the you are losing money to inflation when you hold cash. I don't think there's a currency on earth that is deflationary right now. I think they're all inflationary. They just print them like crazy, and governments can continue to spend on their social programs, the ones that you are benefiting so much from. Fucking stupid. The next asset, and this is the one that you've also been trained to get into, is real estate. Now, it is an asset and it's not an asset. If you buy a house just to live in it, it's not an asset. It's actually a liability. It's taking money from you. It costs money to insure it. It costs money to what a property tax to maintain it, whatever. Um, However, with real estate, if you rent it out, it becomes an asset. If you rent it out at a profit, um, which is called cash flow, you're flowing cash, um, it becomes an asset. And the pros are, I mean, there's real estate everywhere. You can get into it. It's very easy. Um, and it's been like real estate has been around. I mean, probably since the agricultural revolution when we started farming the land. So that's like 10,000 years that real estate has been an asset. Oh, one thing. Uh, on top of renting out real estate, you can also buy farmland and grow food on it, and sell the food, right? Which is a cash producing asset. The cons of real estate, you cannot pick it up and go to another country. You own the real estate in the country, and there's tons of like regulations. There's tons of bullshit. You need to pay lawyers. You need to pay all these people to do anything with it. Um, and yeah, it's really hard to get in and out quickly. It's a lifelong commitment, kind of. I mean, if you're gonna buy a house, you're gonna be in it for 30 years before you make your money back. So, but on the other side, it's pretty passive. Like you can have a job and just manage the property. The next asset is everyone's favorite. It's the cryptocurrencies. This is a new invention. I think it came out in 2010 when Bitcoin was formed. Um, this one's a weird one. I don't know a whole bunch about it. All I know is people are like young kids are really into it. Fortunes have been made very quickly, and fortunes have been lost as well. With this one, pros of cryptocurrency, super easy to get into. You just go on your exchange and exchange your fiat dollars for cryptocurrency. Um, you can take them anywhere. Like you can walk across a border with millions of dollars of Bitcoin and start a new life. So that's a really good insurance policy. Also, if you travel, you can take the Bitcoin and exchange it for fiat, whichever country you go to. And you and I both know that I'm really into traveling, so that's definitely a bonus. Cons. It's not really real. Like it's just a computer program, and there's a risk in that. I don't know if it's gonna last. Um, I mean, it's lasted so far 10 years. Like we'll see what happens. I don't know. Will it become the future currency? I don't know. But whatever. We'll see what happens. The next one, precious metals. So precious metals have been money for 5,000 years, and it's only until recently that the U.S. pulled us off of the gold standard. Um, Slowly but surely through many points in history, I guess. But gold and silver have been money for 5,000 years, and they will continue to be money. You will not have the huge gains like cryptocurrency, or let me rephrase that. You will not have the volatility of cryptocurrency. However, with gold and silver, in my personal opinion, the spot price is it's super manipulated. Like those contracts, they have so many of those fucking contracts, and there's just not enough gold or silver to back them up. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money off of that. But if that system, the COMEX system, fails, the physical value will be astronomical. Gold and silver are real money, and people don't realize it. And when this fiat currency fails, one day we will use gold and silver as money. So it's a great saving. It's a great for savings. If you have any savings, don't put them in a bank account. Buy some gold and silver. You should have just a little bit. And gold and silver, you can carry that across a border. Uh, well, gold, silver, it's pretty suspect, and you got to carry a lot of it. So you couldn't smuggle it super easily. So pros, been money for 5,000 years. It's very beautiful. It's fun to collect. It's real. You can feel it. The cons, it's heavy. Like silver is especially heavy. And yeah, oh, it can be stolen from you. It can be stolen from you. And one thing I didn't mention about the cryptocurrencies, like they can get hacked, they can get stolen from you. So you need to store them appropriately. And another con to precious metals is like it doesn't pay interest. It doesn't pay a dividend. So keep that in mind. It's just sitting there. If you think the price of gold is undervalued, buy it and then save it. Right? The next one, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, whatever. I think this market is quite manipulated. It's actually been admitted to being manipulated by the Federal Reserve. They actually have a team there that manipulates the currency to to prop up the stock market, because all their rich friends and them have money invested into the stock market, so they want to keep it up. So yes, you should have some money in the stock market. You should manage your own stocks. It's very easy. Just you get to set up an account. Like I have an account with my bank where I manage my own stocks. Just pay a fee to transact. Um, the downside, like the pros to this, you can own stocks in companies and they pay you a dividend. So you're getting cash from these companies and you own a small piece of these companies and you own a small piece of all their assets. So like if you own a small piece of I don't know, like let's say Coca-Cola. That's the one fucking Warren Buffett likes to use all the time, to talk about all the time. But if you own a piece of the company, you own a piece of all the storage facilities, you own a piece of all the land that they own. You own and it's very carefree piece. Like you don't have to worry about managing the operations of the business. Someone else does that. They just pay you a dividend. Me personally, I like McDonald's. I'm into McDonald's. Um, I like McDonald's because they sell hamburgers, but they're really into real estate. So if I feel like real estate is a good buy, I buy McDonald's, and McDonald's has real estate on the best corners and the best streets and the best intersections all over the world. There's only a handful of countries that don't have McDonald's, so that's that's what you're buying when you buy stocks. I don't really know too much about bonds. I don't know too much about that stuff. All I know is I don't trust the government, so I don't really like getting into government bonds. Um, Plus, the returns on them right now are just fucking abysmal. So because money's so cheap, because it's artificially manipulated. So pros, very easy to transport around. Stocks are very easy to transport around. Cons, the stock, like, there's volatility. Stock market can crash. Um, it can go to zero, right? And it is artificially manipulated. Next thing. So another asset that people look past is things and collections. What do I mean by that? So if you collect, I don't know, porcelain dolls or Beanie Babies. I remember Beanie Babies were big money. Firearms, tools. These things have a value to them. Um, and that value can go up or down. One day, if firearms are going to go through the fucking roof, there's going to be a black market for firearms, and you're gonna make a lot of money on that, and ammunition, right? Um, Pros to this sort of collecting is, it's fun. Like, you have a collection that you like. Like me personally, I'm into watches. I have a collection of automatic watches that I really enjoy. I've had a great time collecting them and finding the good prices on Facebook Marketplace. Um, yeah, those are the pros. Oh, and I get to wear them and use them and have fun with them, and I'm making a small amount of money on the side. Cons, you got to carry them around. You have to keep them with you. Uh, Crossing a border with a whole bunch of watches is pretty suspect. So that's the cons to that, and you can lose money too. It'd be very sad to put all that time into it and lose money. I see guys do it with like project cars. They love cars so much, and they put a whole bunch of money into a project car, but the value's not there, or they do it in a way where there's no value. They build I don't know enough about it, but they build a car that just doesn't have the value. It's not numbers matching. It's more fun. It's not for the value. So yeah, collecting things. Some people collect, old iPhones and sell them, right? Some people buy catalytic converters and strip the precious metals out of them, or they collect the catalytic converters and sell them for later, hoping the price of platinum goes up. So um, the last asset, and this is one that's overlooked, is skills. So whenever, well, let me rephrase that. People today don't realize that anytime they work a job, they're actually working it for the skills. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you're a young person, you're 15, 16 or whatever, and you go get your first job in McDonald's. Um, you A lot of people think you're just doing it for the money, minimum wage, but what you're actually doing is you're learning lots of skills. You're learning how to deal with customers at the till. You're learning how to count money and make change. You're learning how to clean a floor, which is a useful skill. Trust me. You're learning how to decipher orders on a computer and fill those orders in the quickest amount of time. Oh, one more thing. If you're gonna fucking work at McDonald's, I highly suggest you work in the front of house, where you're dealing with people and you learn those customer service skills and sales skills. Sales are a good skill to learn. And yes, you're only making minimum wage, but in the future, when you start your business and you're selling $100,000 contracts, you'll have those sales skills to be successful. So skills, you're always trying to enhance your skills. Some people pay money to go to school and learn these skills. Some people, they learn them on their own. So like skills that I have, martial arts. Martial arts is a skill. I've made a little bit of money off of it, not a ton, but it saved my life. So, and it gives me the confidence that, like, if it goes to a fight, I'm ready. Like, I can fight, and I'm gonna be okay for the most part. If he's like a UFC fighter, probably in big trouble. So skills, always, you're always trying to enhance your skills. You're always trying to learn skills that are profitable. Some people will go to university and get a degree in liberal arts or something stupid, and they uh, they they're just wasting their money, wasting their time. They want to live in la la land. They want to extend their childhood and keep going to school and studying when they should be getting a real job in the real world. So these are a bunch of assets that I've listed for you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned how important these things are. Because without assets, you're never going to get wealthy. You need to learn how to manage these assets and switch between the different categories of assets as the markets go up and down, and not be with the herd. You don't want to be with the herd and lose money on these assets. You want to be ahead of the curve and buy the assets when they're low, sell them when they're high, and change in between the assets, and hopefully get wealthy and sustainably get wealthy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I guess leave a comment. Maybe comment what kind of assets you like, what kind of things you're collecting. So yeah, thanks guys. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.